your shop, the address of your shop. If still someone reach on your shop, still there is an issue of your menu, still there is an issue of orders, still there is a the driver have to wait for the pizza, and definitely you will not recommend anyone to go and shop a pizza at your shop. So let's explore the next example. Hope you understand. But still, here is a house example. Suppose low cost of retrieval. Suppose your house is on the main street, number is mentioned on the door, and the lights is on. The delivery person find it easily because why? It's your shop is on the main street, and the number is mentioned on the door, and the lights is on. Keep that in mind. The driver and anyone who is coming at your house easily find it on the Google map and everywhere. But for the high cost retrieval, your house is hidden in a dark alley, no number mentioned on your door, dogs are barking, etc. And you have definitely the delivery person waste time and maybe gives up, do not come again, and do not recommend anyone. So there is another example of school library. Suppose low cost in the low cost retrieval, all the books are on shelves labeled mathematics, history, science, and easy to find because all the books are in the all the books are on shelves, and there's all the shelves are labeled like the maths books are in this portion, history books are in that portion, and science books are in that portion. It's easy to find for you as well. So for the high cost retrieval, books are the scattered on the floor, mixed up, no label, takes forever to find it. Definitely, the books are on the floor. You have take more time to find what the book are you are looking. Suppose you are looking a maths book or history book, and you will not find it. And it's definitely a trouble for you to find it on mixed books on the floor. So definitely Google wants organized website. Definitely Google wants organized library, organized address. Everything is organized. So if delivery person come or any user come on your website, they will get easily what they are looking. Actually, they will get easily what the information they are wanting from your website. So, if the user is satisfied by landing on your website, if the user is satisfied by landing on your shop, definitely he will come again. Definitely he will recommend it to someone, to their friends. So, if you will find you can find easily the thing what you are actually looking for. Definitely you will spend you spend a less time, less resources, less energy. You will recommend it, and the Google do the same thing. Another example, fruit market. Low cost retrieval, apples in one basket, bananas in another basket, and oranges in another basket. All the three fruits are the organized. Definitely, if someone is wanting a apple, they will go on the basket where all the apples are. If he is looking for the bananas, definitely he goes to the basket where all the bananas are there. And if he is looking for the oranges, definitely he goes the basket where all the oranges are. And for the high cost retrieval, all the fruits are mixed in one big bag, and you have to find apples one by one. You can put all the fruit from the bag and separate the apples from there. Definitely it takes time, it takes energy, it takes the things that energy, and it takes a lot of your time. So what the Google prefer is basically Google prefer a basket style. So if user come on your website, they will easily find out from the menu, from your website style, from your website uh, uh, sections, from your website portion, user will easily find what the information basically he is looking for. If you are selling shoes, the product page is clearly mentioned. In the product page, the product name is clearly mentioned, product description are mentioned there, color, each and every feature are mentioned clearly, and the price are mentioned clearly, and the order form, order button are mentioned clearly. If someone try to buy it direct, someone try to order it, they will say easily to place the order. Definitely that's a low cost retrieval, and it help the Google as well, and it help the users as well, that he is satisfied. If the user is satisfied, definitely the Google is satisfied. In SEO terms, organized, what is organized, and how we can differentiate between these two things. In organized website, clearly pages are mentioned, fast loading speed of your website, good structured. In the messy website, slow website, confusing, how we can order, where is the product features are mentioned, where is the product description is mentioned, where is the product price is mentioned. Too many useless pages you have created on your website, definitely user is not satisfied, Google is not satisfied. Here is another super simple rule is SEO is just about making it easy for the Google to understand what your page is about, definitely, and making it useful for the people as well, for the user who is landing on your website, definitely. We can understand it with the example of bakery website. Suppose you have searched a chocolate cake recipe. If your page title is chocolate cake recipe and it's easy and delicious, Google understand easily shows it on the Google first page. But same time, if your page title is welcome to my page, definitely Google has no idea what the page is about. Definitely. And there is another example of shoe shop. Buy a red running shoes post. If your product page says, if someone land on your product page and you have mentioned clearly in the title, this is a red running shoes. In the description, you have mentioned all the features like a lightweighting running shoes for the men and women. Google shows your page. Definitely, these two are the very simplest information, but you can add it in detail. Like you have added a color, you have added the size, you have added the features, you have mentioned these shoes are for the men, for the women. If all the information is clearly mentioned on your product page, definitely user is easily understand, user is satisfied, definitely user is place your order. But same time, if your page only says product 1 2 3, click here for the order, etc., etc., these are the irrelevant information and confusing information you have mentioned in your website, in your product page. Google does not know it's about shoes, or you are talking about what something. So definitely, if the things are clearly mentioned on your page, it help for the user, it help to the user to understand it easily. Definitely, if user is satisfied, Google user is spending time on your website, definitely Google trusts your website. Definitely Google gives your website a good authority, good sign of trust, and he will give a good signal to that website where everything is mentioned clearly. And the most important thing is in semantic SEO is everything is more detailed. So if user is land on your website, they will master what they are looking for basically. Here is another example. Suppose a travel blog. Search query is things to do in Paris. If your blog post is Eiffel Tower, Loire River cruise, etc., Google sees it helpful. If your blog post says only Paris is nice, too short, not useful, still user is not satisfied what is mentioned in your web. Google user not even click on that website. No, if you have mentioned Paris is nice in your meta title, etc. We can understand by the example of a website. I have mentioned website A. Suppose I have implemented all the semantic terms, all the semantic concept in that website A. And the website B, C, D is on the next slide. I will show you. Suppose in the website A, I have implemented a semantic SEO framework. This website cover all the related topics about the bakery. Main page, best bakery in New York, and the supporting pages, menu, cakes, bread, cookies, pastries, recipe is another portion in the website where I have mentioned chocolate cake recipe, sort of bread recipe, cupcake recipe, and different type of all of these things recipe. And in another portion, I have added the ingredients, types of flavor, chocolate, cheese, etc. In another portion, I have mentioned a baking tips, how to bake a soft bread, how to frost the cakes. And in another section, I have mentioned the FAQs, where I have mentioned the opening hours, delivery, and the prices, etc. And I have also added a blog section as well, where I'm sharing the information of a history of baking, seasonal cakes, wedding cakes, etc., etc. What the Google sees is Google sees this bakery is authority in baking because it cover the full topic map. Rank high for many searches, bakery near me, bread recipe, best chocolate cake. In all the these type of keyword, your website will definitely will be on top of the first page because you have covered the menu, you have covered the recipe, in the recipe the ingredient, what type of ingredients, what is the how the baking tips, and the FAQs and the blogs. You have mentioned every possible information in your website, every single information, simplest and short information even you have addressed on your website. It's called semantic SEO. If your website is covering all the possible information in your website, you will rank on the top. Here we will see the another example of a website where a single page website. Suppose website B just created a page of chocolate cake recipe, just created a page of best bakery in New York, and history of baking, baking tips for the beginner. These are the single pages website. Definitely, Google sees them a small one page information sites, and they might rank for that one keyword, but they don't build a trust or authority. Like these are the webs. This website you have mentioned menu, recipe, ingredients, and baking tips, FAQs, blogs. Google is not ranking on single keyword. Google is ranking you on all the possible keyword because Google sees that your website is authority website, sharing authority information and more depth information about these bakery information. So definitely Google prefers your website. It takes a less resource and less, you can say, a budget for processing. Okay, let's explore what is the cost of retrieval. A crawler, what is a crawler? It crawl lot of websites, small piece of information. Crawler have to gather all the information from these small sites. It takes a lot of processing and resource for the Google to crawl the information from 10 different websites. What the crawler is prefer is crawl a website, spend the processing and resource on the right website which have all the relevant information mentioned there. With the one website, Google spend less budget in terms of processing, crawling, rendering, evaluating, indexing, and retrieving as compared to a 10 different website with a small piece of content. Definitely, that's where semantic SEO works. That's the difference between the semantic SEO and the traditional SEO. If your website have addressed all the detailed information, Google prefer a single website where all the information is listed. Google rank that in that website, like in website A, we have covered all the possible information. It's a best example for semantic SEO. Definitely Google prefer the website A because he's covering all the possible information, and it's a low cost for the Google, and definitely Google will rank it, and it spend a low cost on processing, crawling, rendering, evaluating, indexing, and retrieving things. So What is the semantic SEO and traditional SEO? As you guys know, in the traditional SEO, what we are doing is we optimize the keywords in meta title, meta description, in URL, in title, headings, H1, H2, H3, bullets in paragraph. In our main goal is to match the density. Should be, it must be at that time. I also did that is the density of the keyword is 1.2, 1.3, even 1.5 and 0.9. Like in 1000 words, we have to optimize it 10 times. We can repeat the keyword 10 times in that page. But now in semantic SEO, this thing is not work. The thing Google prefer, and the thing Google prefer for the website is you can share the detailed information in a single website, single page, and user filter out through the intent base, through the meaning of the query, with the help of NLP, with the help of LSN. Different there is a technologies from there. Google understand the meaning of the query, what the user is searching for, and translated it and show the result and accurate result. Make your website simple and meaningful so Google spend less effort and is happy to rank you. Definitely, if your website is clear, all the pages are clearly mentioned. The main menu is very clear. All the services are mentioned there. There's a different separate contact page, about page, appointment page, FAQs, location pages, where all the locations of your business are mentioned there. Definitely, Google prefer your website. And in services page, in blog page, you have created a cluster pages. You have created pillar pages to cover all the possible information, to cover the authority of the information, and in front of a user and in front of Google. If you cover, you can build a trust in front of user. Definitely, Google is also trust you, because if the user is land on your website and he's satisfied by your information and he spend on your website, he spend the time on your website, definitely Google will also trust you. Here is some breakdown about semantic, how semantic SEO work is. It work with the user search intent and entity-based optimization and relationship, topical authority, content depth, contextual relevance, LSI, NLP, structured data, schema markup, and user experience signal. So here is an user search intent. So query is how to fix leaking faucet. In traditional SEO, what we do is we repeat the keywords. In semantic SEO, what we do is we cover it with the step-by-step guide of about the leaking faucet, tools needed, video tutorial added, safety tips for the fixing, and the cost of repair. We cover all the possible information in around this keyword. Definitely, this is called a semantic SEO. Another example is entity-based optimization. Another breakdown. Suppose there's a Tesla car. Someone searches a Tesla car. They in traditional SEO, what the SEO guys implement at that time is stuff the keyword density is 1.8, 1.5, 1.2. Repeated this keyword. But in the semantic SEO, if someone search Tesla car and you have mentioned in your website the Tesla car models, about the Elon Musk, about the about the places of factory. Google sees you are talking about the brand Tesla, not a Nikola Tesla, the scientist. So if your website is sharing that much more depth detail about the Tesla car, and and one more thing, the and its entity and its the attributes. Suppose a Tesla car is an entity and these are their attributes as well. That's how the semantic SEO link the user query with the with their knowledge graph and shows the result. Here is a topical authority and content depth. The healthy diet. Suppose in traditional SEO, what we do is we cover the information about the healthy diet tips in one single page and repeat this keyword in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. But in semantic SEO, we build the content cluster where we create a single one page about the guide to a healthy diet. But for sporting pages, you can say it's a sporting page or cluster page, what you want to call it. In the cluster pages, you can address the information about the keto diet, Mediterranean diet, vegan diet, balanced diet, meal plan. Google trusts you as an authority on nutrition. That's the semantic SEO is. That's how semantic SEO works, and that's how semantic SEO rewards basically. If you cover all the relevant information in cluster pages or sporty pages, definitely Google rank more keywords about your website. If your more keywords is ranked, definitely more user come, you will get more leads, more appointment, more sales. In a contextual relevance, suppose iPhone battery life. In traditional SEO, just repeat the iPhone battery life in your page. But in semantic SEO, what you have to do is you have to cover a contextual relevancy, a contextual relevant topic. You have to cover a charging, screen brightness, iOS setting, low power mode, battery health. All of these are the terms is a very closely relevant to the iPhone battery life. That's a semantic SEO. That's how implement semantic SEO. That's the implementation of semantic SEO that you are covering a contextual relevancy, not just repeating a iPhone battery life. The next thing is a structured data and schema markup. What is a structured data? Suppose a chocolate cake recipe. What in traditional SEO article with the chocolate cake recipe and repeat the keyword. In the semantic SEO is use the recipe schema to show ingredients, cooking time, calories, reviews. In search result, users see a rich snippet with the rating, cook time, and even images. User experience signal. Suppose in that point, basically what the semantic SEO showing going to explain you and showing what is user signal experience is. Suppose in traditional SEO we have created best hotels in Paris and we have listed a lot of hotels in that page. That's good to go just, and we are waiting for the ranking. But in the semantic SEO, what we have to do is we have to in the website we can create a features and functions, so the hotels can easily scan, and in with the scan we get a list of hotels, and we can get a maps with the locations, and the stars, ratings, user all the user who stayed there hotels give the ratings, stars, uh, the booking links are mentioned there, fast page or loading. These are the points in semantic SEO is totally relevant to the user experience signal. If the user experience is good with your website, definitely the more satisfied user intent, the better ranking is. The more user is satisfied with your website, you will rank higher, and definitely Google will prefer your website, because all the user and the majority of the user will come on your website, land on your website, and they're satisfied. That's why Google will also satisfied with you. Google will also trust you. Google will also spend resources on you and do a crawling, retrieving, indexing, all the processing Google can do, and Google can invest on your website if the user experience is good. Here is a table of before semantic SEO and after semantic SEO. Before semantic SEO, what we do is exact matching, ignore the context, do not know about the entities, and keyword stuffing, and we get the mixed result. If someone search Apple, definitely he will get a mixed result. He do not clearly mention that he's talking about the Apple or he's talking about the company. But after the semantic SEO, the meaning and intent matters. What the user query is, the queries do not matter. With the NLP and with different technologies, a user understand the meaning of the query, meaning of the keyword that user are searching, and they will definitely show the right thing in front of the user. Now, as we discuss about the contextual relevancy in the semantic SEO, we definitely prefer the contextual relevancy. In the entity semantic SEO, we go with the entities, recognize the people, brand, places. Result is a rich, helpful, user focused, and for the example queries, correct result based on the context, not on keyword optimization and keyword stuffing. We get the more very close result, and we get the exact result on the Google first page what we are looking for. Either we are looking for the apple tech or the apple fruit. So before robot just matching the words, after AI assistant understand language plus intent and show the result in front of the user. Here is a understanding about the queries. Suppose there is a list of entities and the attributes. In the entities, mention Hamza Ahmad, Ahsan Ahmad, Salman Tariq. These are the entities, and the what the attributes is their dates, their age, and their place of birth. All of these things are the attributes. Suppose when was Hamza born? Hamza Ahmad is entity, and the born is attribute. And let's see, explore the lexical search and semantic search. In lexical search operates on the exact match of the query, word or phrases. Simpler and faster as it based on the direct word matching. Can return results that are lexical correct but contextually irrelevant sometime, most of the time. Struggles with the ambiguous terms since it does not understand the context and intent, it show a different result what we are looking for. Often are based on simple algorithm and direct matching techniques. But with the semantic SEO, focus on the meaning, intent, and context behind every query. More complex because it attempts discern meaning behind the query, try to provide the contextually relevant result, better handling ambiguity since it take into account the context and user intent, and uses advanced technologies like NLP and more to understand the queries. Definitely, with the semantic SEO, the result is very close and very accurate as compared to the lexical search. Let's explore about the traditional SEO and the semantic SEO. In traditional SEO, suppose someone searches tips for training puppy, and they will get a result about the tips for training your dog. But he's mentioned the puppy, and he's getting a result, and that result he's sharing the information about the dog. Result is not differentiating dog training and the puppy training. But with the semantic SEO, tips for the training puppy, the result what you will get is guide to puppy behavior training beyond basic commands. Why? Because it under Google understand the intent and the meaning of that keyword, that query. Google translated it. Google understand this query, and that's after doing this. There after doing this, the at the end Google shows this result. It's a tailored for the user seeking more than basic information specifically about the puppies. But the most important thing is now the focus has shifted from the keyword to the topics. Definitely topics, topic cluster example. Suppose if your website is a lot of services, and you have created a one service page, and that service page is a topic cluster website structure, suppose, and you can create a other topic cluster, other supporting pages for to rank their the main service page. What you have to do is you have to cover all the relevant information related to that service, about their time, their feature, their every possible information. You can create a separate page, and you can link it to your main service page, to your money page, and that's how topical cluster and the pillar pages works. That's basically concept of topical cluster and the pillar pages concept. And that you have in the service page, you have definitely added a more detailed information, but still there's a lot of heading on which you have to create a more detailed blog, more detailed information on that. So you can create a cluster page and link it to the service page. So in the service page is definitely get more authority because he's also getting internal linking from their own website. And if there is a external linking comes on the supporting page, that also give help and boost to their money page and service page. Another and the last thing is what is entity, attribute, and values. The entity, suppose Hamza Ahmad is entity, a person is entity, a person, every person is an entity. Their what is their attribute? Their attribute is their age, their date of birth, and their place of birth. And what is the value of their attribute is, suppose age is 27, date of birth is this, and the place of birth is this. These are the 27 date of birth value. These are the values, and the entities have the attributes, and the attributes have the values. These are the, you can say, simplest information that I have shared about the semantic SEO, and what is semantic SEO, and why it's a future, and why you have to learn about the semantic SEO, because the future is totally rely on the semantic SEO. Now the traditional SEO that we are doing in before last 5 6 years is now expired. Now, semantic SEO works, and semantic SEO is basically sharing information, a detailed information, and information what the user are looking for, and the right information in the right place in website. If anyone land on your website, they will easily get information. Suppose if someone land on your product page, and they will uh, 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 easily get information about the product, their color, their size, and etc, and etc. And it's easy for her to and his to place an order, fill a form, and the payment method is also easy and comfortable for them. So that's how user satisfaction increase. That's how, if user is satisfied with your website, with your information, with your e-commerce store, order placing method, and after that, if the user is satisfied, definitely the Google is satisfied. Google is investing everything to satisfy their users. So what's your focus is, you can also focus on the users, not the Google, not the keyword optimization. You have to share the detailed information. You have to share simplest information, what and where user can find it. It's easy for him. So that's how your website will get authority, your website will get a trust. Still, if is there anything that you want to discuss about, you can do a comment. I will also on LinkedIn, you can do a comment, you can come on my inbox. Definitely I will share much more detail. Thank you so much.